Like we use certain words, but we base it all on that because sort of going back, that's actually what a lot of it tries to do. Yes. 9 years old, cabin fever, it's the perfect age. Maybe 11-year-olds will see this. Well, your cabin fever was obviously, I don't know how it's changed. I mean, I think that my style after working with Quentin was that I was much more character and performance driven. And I really wrote from an actor's perspective. And not only that, when I was shooting, everything in cabin fever we hit the monitor. And the first day we ditched the monitor. We're like, fuck it, I trust my DP. We're moving so fast, I know what I want, I look at the frame, and I'm just watching the performances. So I feel like I've moved so much faster and just got much better performances and much more coverage because I wasn't trying to match what was in my head. I just saw what was there in front of me. And I also got a lot more experimentation. In the beginning of the film, I really wanted it to look like a New York movie, like almost like You Got Mail, like it's steady. It's Columbia. It's safe. It's a very safe movie. And when they get to the village, it goes fucking haywire in terms of some horrible nightmare document. It's like not in focus anymore. Like you can't really see what's going on. I wanted people to feel that. Hopefully that worked. I want 50. Because of Aftershock, I mean, I wanted to do something different, and I wanted to take chances. You know, I mean, I've had plenty of I haven't made a movie 6 years, and I've had plenty of opportunities to, and I wanted to come back with something that was different. You know, I'm trying to push the genre in an interesting, new, strange direction, and I didn't want to play it safe on any level. So I was like, instead of directing some jobs and remake or something or doing something, I was like, fuck it, let's see what happens if a modern audience saw a cannibal movie. And do that, yes.
I saw two really unusual things you guys did in closing credits. First, putting the Twitter handle on the names, and then listing the films that kind of are the history of the genre. What was the motivation to do that? Did you guys go back to producers and assistants?
Yeah, I mean, one of the Twitter handle came from Nicolas Lopez in his Cape Ann films. They're all on Netflix. They're fantastic romantic comedies. Cape Ann to Meet Up, Dreams Fuck My Life, and there's Cape Ann Photo, Fuck My Wedding, Cape Ann Million, Fuck My Family. I think it was Cape Ann to Meet Up. I saw the credits. You want to talk about that, Nicolas? And I saw the credits, and he had everyone's Twitter handle. The credits was like, that's the best fucking marketing idea. Like,
yeah, basically you like copy all my good ideas.
Yeah, put it in that that's his
we wanted to do it in Aftershock, but we didn't have the balls to do it.
So it was the wrong mood. I mean, we felt that this movie is very much about activism, and they're all tweeting and using their phones, and they're activists. But you also thought I remember how satisfying it was to watch your movie and be like, you know, it's like the idea that you used to watch a movie, you never meet that person. Now you can go home, look them up on IMDb, maybe they have a website, maybe they're on Twitter, are they verifying? But fuck it, I want people in the theater tweeting us, so what the fuck, man, I'm sick.
Yeah, and then later, and the movie has a long life, and also like today, Aftershock is on Netflix, and we're getting a lot of comments because of that. Most of them say, fuck you, Lopez, but the other ones, the good ones, are very nice to look at them. So it's awesome, and it's something that nobody has done in a mainstream movie.
Yeah, I can't believe no one thought to do it. I was like, this has to be done. I mean, I think that once people see this, they're like, I want my Twitter, because everyone's Twitter followers, marketing people really look at it. They're like, oh, how many Twitter followers do you have? Okay, let's listen to them. Like, it's actually become a very important thing. But it's also a great way, I mean, this is going to be all over the world, forever. People will be able to watch it and see it. And it's also something that I think is right now, of this moment, 2 years, it'll be MySpace 2 or whatever will come back. But also, to answer your question about the cannibal films, one of the things I love about the cannibal genre is that it's so fucking confusing. It probably took me 20 years to decipher which movie was which. Because these two rival directors, Umberto Lenzi and Rogerio Deodato, they sort of kept copying each other and kept trying to one-up each other. And it was like sort of me and the Saw guys, the hostile Saw period, be like, all right, watch this, like trying to fucking outdo each other. But these guys kept using the same actors, but they were made in a time when distributors kept changing the titles. So you look at these directors, and they have 35 different aliases for themselves. And the movies, it's like, why is City The Walking Dead also Nightmare City, but it's Walking Dead, but they run? It's so confusing. So I just wanted people to go, yeah, have you ever seen this one? Here's that. I was like, no, here it is, in order. These are the different titles of movies. The idea is that most modern audiences haven't seen those old movies. And for fans, if they like this one and they see the credits, like, oh, that's cool. Maybe they'll watch something more. It's like, I wish somebody had listed them out for me instead of fucking directed them. So I figured I would take that step and do that for the fans. In all those films, it was the animal side. We talked about your choice to not do that. Well, I obviously, people are very sensitive to animal slaughter and I've done stuff with PETA. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to make a cannibal movie that's very much a pro-animal film? And that way, that's why I go for the close-ups of Charles Richard Birdie eating his steak. It's like, to a cow, that's the cannibal scene. That's fucked up. If you're a cow watching that's the cannibal scene. But to us, it's civilized. They're playing classical music and you're using forks and knives. And who the fuck are we to say that they're savages for eating human meat? The cows think that about us. So that's the idea is the fucking pigs get kicked out. And, I think Amy Curry is like, bring a fucking pig, man. But that's the idea. And that's what it was like in the village, was the animals just roam free. I mean, we were there with those bulls. I remember when you guys walked through the shop with the bulls. I had to walk through first. I was like, are these things going to kill me? And he's like, that one might. So I had to walk through the bulls. And they were like, don't run too fast. So they just ran. It's like running the bulls. They ran. The bulls were sitting there. And they fucking run through it as he escaped the village. And then that snake in Magda's face, you can actually see the teeth are wide open. The kids came in the village and they're like, hey, do you want to use this? And there's a python. And I was like, who wants to give that python in the face? Maggie, you want to talk about that? Maggie was like, I will.
Yeah, I was like, I'm down. I think everyone was like, I don't think so. I'm like, eh. And then I really honestly didn't actually know that they could bite you or hurt you or whatever. And then all of a sudden, right before we're about to do a take, they're going to drop it on me. They're like, it might bite her. You're like, no, then you just hold it. Don't let it go. Like, you saved me from it.
But, and then literally, if you freeze frame it now, it's like the mouth is wide open. It's that close to me. Yeah, she took a python to the face and he took tarantulas to the face. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. Let me just quickly go down the line. And I just want one memory from the shoot from everyone, starting with Kirby.
Okay, I think my scariest memory is probably when in the hospital. I had no reactions when the seal was there, and the seals were crazy. But then we made, it was good for us.
Yes, Ariel Levy, Alejandro.
I really like the masturbation. Thanks to Mr. Lopez, but the box were a living nightmare, the entire shooting. The box and the humidity and the heat.
I think one of my favorite parts actually was that we took an hour car ride to the Port Townsend Zoo, and then we take a boat ride for like an hour, hour and a half, depending on the current, to the end of the river to the village. And it was like such an awesome beginning of the day and end of the day to reflect and think about what you're about to shoot, and then at the end of the day be like, we're here, like when are we ever going to be here again?
I hate spiders, and I saw a lot of spiders. I never saw two spiders, the same spider. And what else? Oh yeah, I have a bat in my room, living. And it was like, okay, I will live in here because he will eat all the spiders, but no, he didn't. He was like, more spiders then. But I lose my fear of spiders. That's what I have to say.
Well, being dead on a stick all night, I think that's the yeah. It was really hard, and there was something that actually I felt because of the last scene. I was sitting on this stick, right? Suddenly the sticks are moving, and I felt, and some guys grabbed me, and it was horrible. Yeah.
Everything, but I have to say the kids, working with those kids was amazing. They were beyond, so yeah, it was awesome.
I'm going to say the location, just stunning. And I don't know if I'll see anything like that. Okay, so yeah, and
I'll probably say working with Eli, just because he kind of let me do whatever I wanted to do. He was like, oh, dude, you want to shoot? Okay, here's the camera. Oh, dude, you want to do VFX? Here's the opportunity. He was very open to any suggestions and super helpful in that capacity. And as a filmmaker, and I guess now an actor, that's really weird to say, I learned a lot.
For me, I guess it was going to the village because I was dead before they even get there, so I was not supposed to go. But I stayed in Peru and I got to go and see them all die and suffer, and I would be just taking pictures and walking around, and that was great. To see your friends die, it's amazing.
The hour and a half boat ride from where we were to the town where we shot the movie was awesome, but it wasn't that awesome if you had diarrhea. So, how can I tell you? Antonio, you want to say something?
I don't remember nothing.
Well, the final thing I want to say is, I have a question for the audience. I have a question for the audience. Would you like to see another one? Love this movie, and it was so fantastic. We are now starting production on Beyond the Green Inferno, directed by Nicolas Lopez.